Hey y'all, I'm Ali. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. We will often use I call it a condiment, but it's not really a condiment because it's not like ketchup or mustard. A little jar of stuff called tahini, and it's basically just sesame seeds. That's all it is. I used to buy it, a little tiny jar. I think it was like 15 ounces at Kroger. I think they only sold the one kind. Was $13, $12.99. Y'all. It doesn't last very long. To me, I felt like I needed to buy it fresh more often than I would go through that can. So it was kind of a waste. So I figured out how to make my own. It's really, really simple. You will not buy it again, I promise. So these are white sesame seeds. They are the hulled kind, so the outer part is removed. These from Azure Standard, and I looked them up today. I got them a while ago on sale. Right now, 1 pound of them is $3.51. Yeah, okay. So you need 1 cup of this today, you guys. We used these on when we do sushi. That's one of the main reasons we have them. But buying it in such a large amount, I was like, well, we're gonna give this a whirl, and that's what we do now. You can get an organic version. Those are just over $5. These are not the organic, but $3.51, you guys. Come on now. So I have a pan here. It's just a stainless steel pan. I have it on high. I'm letting it warm up just a tiny bit. We are gonna take our 1 cup of sesame seeds and put them in the pan. These ones are not roasted or toasted or anything yet. They are like in their natural state, and we need to toast them a little bit because it's gonna make our tahini taste so much better. So this should go pretty quickly. My pan wasn't really hot yet, but this takes 1.5 to 3 minutes. Usually like 2 minutes is kind of my sweet spot, but I'm just gonna sit here. Don't walk away. The oil in these heats up quickly and it'll start to toast pretty quickly. And when it does, it can go from like 0 to 60 really quickly. So don't walk away. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But I'm gonna sit here and just stir these until they're nice and toasty and have like a light hue going on. I know somebody's gonna ask me, can you do this in the oven? Just do it in the pan. Just throw it on the pan. If you have a non-stick, you can use that. It doesn't matter. There's no need to get fancy. Just throw in the pan. Nothing in there at all except our little sesame seeds, and don't walk away. I'm the queen of walking away. I'm really good at making bacon. No, I don't. I have the attention span of a gnat. If I put bacon in the pan, especially not being able to smell, I'll forget and walk away, and then like, whoops, burn that again. So I just let Shawn cook bacon. So some of you guys had recommended a couple different things. I lost my sense of smell when I had COVID. Gosh, it's been 3 years, over 3 years now. And you guys have told me about zinc. You've told me about nicotine patches. You've told me about a couple different things. We've tried them. It hasn't worked yet. I've done the burned orange. I've done the essential oil training. I've done a bunch of different stuff. Y'all, I'm just to the point now where I'm like, oh, well, I can smell a little bit here and there. But the nicotine patches, that was a fun one. They made me a complete you-know-what psychopath. I was not a nice person. So I know some people, I don't use any form of nicotine. I know some people do, and it gives you a very like chill, it chills your craving, I guess is what you'd say. Well, I just didn't want to do anything. I was chill all day long, didn't care about anything at all. These are just starting to toast up. Anyways, so I discontinued those because I felt like I wasn't me and it wasn't working. I did them for a month and I was not nice. Anyways, let me give that a shake. See how they're just like nicely, let me see if I can bring it close enough to you. They're nicely just starting to toast up. You can see little brown ones getting in there. That is what we are looking for, you guys. I don't want to go any farther than that because the pan's going to stay a little bit hot still. So I'm going to remove it from the heat and just continue to stir till I feel like everybody has a little bit of a suntan going on. I think I'm good there. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it into a bowl. I guess I could turn you around. I don't know if you're in the way or not. Oh, hi. You have stain all over your hands. I don't want this to burn. I'm just going to get them stained. You're just going to get them stained again? Yeah. Well, that's a dirty bowl. We don't want to use that. This is going really well. Okay, whoops. Let me grab a plate. I'm trying not to let these burn. Okay, there we go. just gonna put these on a plate for now, since my bowl was a little bit dirty for some reason. Can you tell the difference? Let me see if you can tell. This is in a little bit of a tinted blue, but you see how it's got like a little, just a little suntan going on now. That's what this little tiny food processor, it's a KitchenAid food processor. One of our kids got it for us for Christmas a couple years ago. I find this to be a really good size. You can do this in a blender or a full-size food processor. I've told you guys before, my food processor stinks Royal Hiney, and this one just has more power to me. Yeah. So for this, you can do straight sesame. You can add a pinch of salt, or you can add some carrier oil if you feel, not carrier oil, a neutral oil if you feel like it needs to have a better consistency. So I'm gonna turn this on. We have chop and we have puree. This is kind of like a low. I'm gonna start pulsing it. It takes a few minutes, not minutes, but it takes a few minutes for it to get to the consistency that you're used to. Let me get this locked in place. They're just gonna keep breaking down, so just keep going. So I pulse it every so often to try to get like anything that's stuck up on the sides to pull down, but you're just gonna keep going. It, like I said, it takes a little bit for it to break it down, the oils and all that stuff. It's gotta do its thing, so just keep going. All right, I'm gonna pop my lid off real quick and kind of scrape it down. I need to invest in a more powerful little machine. Some of you guys gave me some ideas, so I'll be Amazon shopping for a new food processor soon, I think. It's hard when you have one that still does okay and you don't want to spend money, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna add my pinch of salt right now. Again, that is totally optional. And if you feel like you need to add some oil, pick a neutral oil and you add a little bit just to kind of help it move it along. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons. I would not do more than that. And you need to do it while it is on. So I have a little bit of avocado oil. I'm at the bottom of my barrel here, and I'm gonna add it while it's on. Okay, I'm gonna scrape it down. I ended up doing the 2 tablespoons. There's a little measure on top that's about a tablespoon. I just filled it twice. If you don't want to do oil, you just can keep processing it. But because I have a weak little thing, it doesn't exactly do its best. So we're just gonna help it along a little bit. And it's okay because we're using this in a recipe anyways, and so I don't mind adding a little oil to help it. Okay, I'm gonna continue on a few more seconds. All right, you guys, that is it. We're done. I'm telling you, you don't need to spend $13 on tahini. Tahini? Whatever you want. No, tahini is the Mexican spice that you put on fruit and stuff. Anyways, that is our consistency. Let me grab a spoon so I can show you. I have a spatula, what I'm talking about. I just store this in a mason jar in the fridge. I usually only make this size batch, what I can get through in a couple weeks. Beyond that, I don't love it to sit in my fridge too long. I'm just weird about it, I guess. Anyways, there's your consistency. You're basically making sesame seed peanut butter. That's what you just made. That's what it is. Like I said, it's still a little bit warm. If you feel like it's still a little too gritty for you, you can continue processing it. But y'all, it tastes like tahini. Now I'm gonna use the wrong word over and over. Awesome job. I was watching a video the other day and I felt so bad because the person used tahine and they said tajine. And I'm like, oh, y'all, it's tahine. Anyways, this is not tahine, this is tahini. And that's how we make it. I store it in a mason jar, like I said, in the fridge. You do have to stir it a little bit, but that's like any of them that you buy commercially. And you pay way more for. So there you guys go. That's how we make it. What are we making with this, y'all? Stick around and find out. My next video, I will be showing you guys how to use your tahini to make homemade hummus. Not too shabby, right? We're doing from scratch, y'all. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Go make some tahini. And if you have not checked out Azure Standard, which is where we get our sesame seeds, they're over there now. I'll put a link below. We have an affiliate link, so if you spend $100, we get $25 back to support our channel. But it's only a one-time thing, and we've only got that 3 times in the history of ever using Azure, which has been over a year. So it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, we're grateful, and we usually use that money to buy something to go to make a video for you guys, or our taste test at the end. Anyways, enough about Azure Standard, but if you're interested, it's below. So go make some tahini. Sesame tahini. Thanks, guys.